Tesla stock is up over 6% at the time of recording this video, sitting at $392 per share. There's a lot that happened today. And most of this rally comes down to what the head of the board, Robin Denholm, said about Elon and about Tesla and about the compensation package and all of this. We're going to discuss it in this video. We're going to give you all of the breaking news you need to know. Tesla has officially broken out in a big way. We're now in a new range. $400 is in sight. And this sets the stage for a larger rally into the end of this year. Before we get into all of this information, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and check out the link down below in the description of this video if you want to come join the trading community and come find these and invest in these AI stocks before anyone else knows about them. We go out in the marketplace and we look at small cap AI stocks on a daily basis. We want to find the good companies that are trading at a discount to their peers. That is where the massive amounts of money, I believe, will be created in this next stage of the AI trade. Link down below in the description of this video. But with that said, let's get into everything you need to know about Tesla today and the broader markets. Now, part of this move today probably has to do with Tesla that officially received approval from the Nevada DMV to start testing autonomous vehicles on public roads, like robotaxis, okay? We got this news yesterday. This news came out at about 1:40 p.m. yesterday, but Wall Street is slower than you guys. So a lot of the times we get news quickly, and then Wall Street takes a day or two to really internalize it and for that to be represented or reflective in Tesla stock. So I believe some of the move today probably has to do with the good news here that we got yesterday. But take a look at this. Dan Nathan, who has historically been bearish on Tesla, says he is now bullish. He says, quote, "I think the consensus for Q3 deliveries is probably low. This clip is only about a minute 47 seconds long. Take a listen."
Since April, one of our traders is changing his bearish tune on the stock, and you will not believe who it is.
All right, it's because it's technical. It's because it's technical and because it's sentiment. And I think there's really something interesting that's going on in the stock of late. The bulls and the bears agree that the EV business is bad. I think the consensus for Q3 deliveries is probably low. I think there's probably been a pull forward. If you think about that $7,500 tax credit that's going away at the end of the month. And look at how this stock, we just want to pull the chart up here. It looks like it's a beneficiary of this rotation. You know, look at all of the Mag 7 names, the rotation in the Mag 7. They basically all, other than Apple today, underperformed the NASDAQ. So if you look at this thing, it's built this base, a series of higher lows here. It's right up against that resistance level from a few months ago. It's held its 200-day moving average. Might you see this thing rally into quarter end? October 1st, 2nd, I think is when they're going to report Q3 delivery. So I think from a trading perspective, it looks very interesting.
Wow.
And me and Elon,
how'd that feel?
I
almost feel like someone needs to give Dan a little have at it. You know.
Yeah, I think, did that feel good?
Well, I will tell you this. 2 years ago, and I'm just going to tell I made a call on the show the first week of January, and I said this thing's going to party, and went up like $100 in a straight line. I think obviously folks are very focused on the technicals, but also the sentiment.
Seasonality, November, December, very strong months for Tesla. And with Dan, with his points about the EV credits, I think you get that extra tailwind. September is usually a little bit of a squishy month, but with those EV credits going away September 30th, you could have a little tailwind. So I agree.
You want to say have at it? Have a
I got to say have at it. I mean, I'm not chasing Dan on this one.
Two have at it.
I'll definitely have at it.
So yeah, it definitely seems like Wall Street is taking more of a bullish approach on Tesla as of today. Clearly, stock is outperforming massively. IWM's down 0.76%. It did outperform a lot yesterday, so it's just giving some of that back. S&P's up 0.1%. By the way, a brand new all-time high. And the NASDAQ as well, hitting a new all-time high today, up 0.44%. But by far the biggest contributor to this today is Tesla, without a doubt. Microsoft up 2%, Nvidia up 0.3%, Amazon down 0.63%, Google's up 1/3 of 1%, Meta's up around 1/2 of 1%. So to see Tesla up almost 7% today, there is a huge outperformance. And again, as Dan Nathan said, the sentiment is so negative. The bulls, the bears, they all think the EV business is going to shit, right? Or not great. Like, even a lot of retail investors counted Tesla out more than I've seen in a long time in the last couple of months, where in reality, this is the time you should be like excited about Tesla. In my view, with the launch of the robotaxi and that business, what looks like is going to be going through an aggressive scaling period in the months and next year to come. Also in the news today, Tesla's FSD Supervised is rolling out to more people in Australia. But a lot of today's rally probably comes down to the interview that Robin Denholm gave on Bloomberg today, specifically this comment about Elon Musk's political activity. Even though Elon has a compensation package, even though it has been clear to us for a long time that Elon has backed away from politics, that is no longer a headwind for the stock, a lot of Wall Street didn't believe that. A lot of Wall Street operates under the assumption of risk management, right? So until like there's something set in stone that says Elon's not going to do this or not going to do that, even if there's like a 20% chance that Elon comes out with a crazy headline that wrecks Tesla stock, Wall Street is going to be nervous about that. Wall Street is going to hedge for that, when in all reality, there was only a 10-20% chance of Elon doing anything in politics anymore. That was probably something to be bullish on from the start. Okay, hopefully that makes some sense. But Robin Denholm coming out today and saying that Elon's political activity has essentially ended is a big positive catalyst for Tesla in the eyes of Wall Street. Take a listen to this clip. It's about 2 minutes long.
And you draw him back from that within the proxy, and he's agreed to wind down his political activity. How do you define political activity, Robin?
I think, from my perspective, this is a package that really motivates Elon. So having him front and center at the company and delivering against really ambitious goals, to me, is great for him. It's great for the company. It's also great for shareholders. And as we've outlined, the shareholders, in this proposal actually win, very extensively. With that market cap at $8.5 trillion in order to achieve this compensation package. To me, that actually is one of the things that all shareholders will benefit by. But politics perspective, obviously we're in a democracy, so everybody gets to voice their points of view. I think Elon, having served as a special government employee, he obviously completed that activity, and he is back and front and centre at the company these days.
But did those reassurances go as far as to Elon Musk agreeing not to specifically participate in any one political party, take another government role, extend to whether or not he makes donations in a political cycle?
Yeah, I mean, what he does from a personal perspective in terms of his political motivations, etc., is up to him. I mean, clearly from our perspective as a board, we're measuring him on results and measuring him on what he does as a CEO of Tesla. And our view is he's delivered big time in the past, and we look forward to him doing that in the next.
Now, another big, about 2 minute long clip as well out of this interview. Tesla chair Robin Denholm says, quote, Elon Musk is a generational leader and the right CEO during this transformative period of time. Take a listen.
Proposed package was about Tesla's long-term goals as much as it was about retaining Elon Musk. But why is it so crucial to the board's mind that it is Elon Musk that is able to get Tesla to this future?
Well, thank you, Ed. I think it is a pivotal time at Tesla and also in the world. I mean, AI and autonomous and the AI is transformative technologies. And we believe at Tesla in big, ambitious goals. And so Elon put out the Master Plan 4 on the 1st of September, very auspicious day, I think, in terms of putting out the vision for the company for the next decade or more. And AI and autonomous is at the front and centre of that, both in the vehicles, but also in our Optimus lineup and what we're doing from a robotics perspective as well. And so having the board's responsibility is to look at who the CEO is for the next period of time. And we believe that Elon is the right CEO for Tesla over this transformative period of time. And our view is he's a generational leader. There aren't any other people out there like Elon who can actually lead the company over this next decade or so. And so once you decide who the leader should be, you need to put in place a compensation package to incent and motivate him to actually deliver against the ambitious goals.
The motivational piece is interesting. In the course of the proxy, as you read it, a negotiation plays out, doesn't it? Yep. 7 or 8 months. But there were sticking points on both sides. What were they?
Well, obviously, in any discussion around the future of the company, but also the future of an individual in terms of what motivates them, it's very important to understand that. And from a board perspective, from a special committee perspective, as we've outlined in the proxy, we had a very fulsome process. We had more than 10 meetings with Elon in terms of understanding what were his motivations, what does he want to do over this period of time. And having worked with him now, I've been on the board for 11 years, and Kathleen Wilson-Thompson, our other amazing special committee member, has also been working with him for the past 6 or 7 years as well. And so from our perspective, seeing him in the boardroom, but also understanding what motivates him, it's things that other people can't do. It's what the company could do that no other company could do. So those types of things are what are in this plan. And so, as you said in the outset, it is a zero compensation package unless he delivers against pretty ambitious goals for the company.
Now, Robin Denholm in this interview on increasing security for Elon Musk says that, quote, "We have been focused as a board on Elon's security for many years now. It is something we take very seriously." He takes it very seriously as well. So it looks like Elon's security is probably going to be upped quite a bit in the wake of what happened with Charlie Kirk and just the direction in which this country is heading in. You got to protect Elon at all costs. Robin Denholm on the proposal for Tesla to invest in XAI says, quote, "There is a misunderstanding of AI in the marketplace. AI is not one thing. It is a range of technologies. What Tesla is doing today with AI is quite different to what XAI does. XAI is working on fundamental areas of AI, but is also working on large language models. That's not what Tesla is doing. With Optimus, we're taking real work application of AI and putting it into physical products to actually employ these products to do things." Now, if we look at option activity today from hedge funds and institutions, you have 550 different trades totaling $300.41 million with a positive order value of 82%. So you have a lot of option activity today that is very bullish. I mean, it feels like Wall Street today is shifting their perspective around Tesla. They're starting to understand a little bit of the mission here for Tesla. And I think the change really started after Tesla's last earnings. After last earnings, we seen, big money get more bullish, retail get a little bit more bearish. It was kind of a weird flip-flop. Now you might be seeing retail getting bullish again and institutions getting bullish again. And that could be driving the 7% rally in Tesla stock today. You do have 141,000 shares that are being covered on, 2.91% short interest of free float, $29.12 billion sold short in Tesla, totaling about 79 million shares that are currently sold short. And again, shares out on loan down 33.42%, which is a lot to be down in 3 months. Short sellers, they don't even have the appetite to short Tesla anymore. The CNN Fear and Greed Index today coming in at 55, which is right on the high side of neutral, almost into greed. Market momentum is greed. Stock price strength, extreme greed. Stock price breadth is greed. Put and call options, greed. Market volatility is neutral. Safe haven demand in fear, and junk bond demand currently in extreme fear. Now, in case you guys have missed it, we did get a new AI investor sentiment survey yesterday showing the bears are completely in control of this market. Bearish investors from last week was at 43.4%. Today, 49.5%. Almost 50% of investors are outright bearish. Neutral investors went from 23.9% to 22.5%. So that even fell. Bullish investors fell as well from 32.7% to 28.0%. There's a lot of bears out there. There's a lot of people on the sidelines, a lot of people doubting this market. And that's a good thing if you're bullish. That's a good thing. You want to see that, right? And, well, to me, it just says we have quite a bit of upside from here. Percent of stocks trading above their 50-day moving average, while falling a bit today, has remained at pretty healthy levels. The internals of our markets are holding up, which is a good sign, right? Before a full-blown correction, typically you see the internals of our markets really falter, right? You start to see a lot of stocks decline, you know, smaller cap names decline, average stocks, if you will, decline. Well, the percent of stocks trading above their 50-day moving average down 2.64% today, but sitting at 62.61%. You are on the high side of bull markets we've seen over the past, or markets in general, over the past 5 years. You're on the high side, right? So you're at a very healthy place as far as the internals of our markets today. If we take a look again at what broader indexes are doing today, the Dow is down 0.4%, S&P up 0.06%, NASDAQ up 0.46%, Russell 2000 down 0.78%, but there is a little bit of a risk off move today in the VIX. The VIX is down 1.5%. Now the VIX measures puts and calls over the next 30-day period on the S&P. So if the VIX is down like it is today, that means hedge funds and institutions are feeling a little bit more comfortable with markets. 10-year Treasury yields today are up about 5.5 basis points, which is quite a large move for a single day. But we've fallen a lot recently, so you're just giving some of that back. 10-year Treasury yields at 4.068%. They were recently like 4.25% for a while, 4.2-ish%. So you've fallen a lot recently, and well, now you're just seeing a little bit of a pop there, which is likely helping to contribute to, again, the Russell falling today. The Russell tends to be very correlated to Treasury yields. Now, oil is up 0.3% today, but sitting at $62.58 per barrel, which is a really low level overall. The big data that we had today was the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey. Headline number came in at 55.4. The expectation was around 58. So you missed on the headline number. 5-year inflation expectations were expected at 3.5%. They came in at 3.9%. So yeah, not great there. Consumer expectations came in at 51.8 versus consensus estimates of 54.9. So that came in, again, a little bit worse than expected. Current conditions came in at 61.2, almost matching expectations of 61.3, but that's a little bit of a miss. And 1-year inflation expectations came in at 4.8%, unchanged from last month, but the expectation was 4.6%. Now, here's what I got to tell you about this. It doesn't matter. The Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey is the biggest joke in the world in terms of the markets actually caring about this. Okay, it's a joke. There's like 200 people that take this survey. 80% of them are Democrats that obviously lean against the current administration, right? Like, Republicans expect deflation. Average folks that are not political expect roughly 2% inflation, like pretty normal levels of inflation. And then Democrats are at like 7% inflation, right? So it skews the numbers, and it's a very political survey. Sure. Is it having an impact on markets today? Of course, you can tell it is. But is it something that you should factor into your investment decisions? Absolutely not. It's basically worthless. Marco Rubio's State Department will ban any foreigner from entering the country who celebrated the assassination of Charlie Kirk online, per the Deputy Secretary of State, Chris Laniu. UBS out today says they expect the S&P 500 to reach 6,800 by mid-2026, which is kind of wild considering yesterday they said they had a 93% chance of a U.S. recession in the next 12 months. So I don't know how those things go hand in hand, but apparently they do. It says the Fed to cut 25 basis points next week. JP Morgan's Michael Feroli expects the Fed to lower rates by 25 basis points next week to 4.20% to 4.25%. He sees 2 or 3 dissents favoring a bigger cut, but none for holding steady. The dot plot should still show one more cut beyond 2025. Donald Trump says he'll send the National Guard to Memphis, Tennessee next. So as you can see today, not much in terms of broader market news. The main thing affecting broader markets is the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey. We also have the overhang of just historically a weak September in general. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts on all of this down below in the comment section and the rally that Tesla stock is now going through. Check out that link down below in the description of this video as well if you have not done so already, to come join the trading community. We would love to see you over there. Before we cut off the recruitment process, okay? It's not going to be open forever. Well, if you know, I really want to keep it to a group that's relatively small. Like, I want this group to be little assassins in this market. I'm not trying to build an army. I want to be able to know people on a personal level. And if there's too many people, you can never have that. So have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.